Hey, dear brothers and sisters, welcome to our today's Leon Joleo program of the 27th of January 2019. My name is Odon Bulamba, and I'm going to spend some time with you talking about the situation of the DRC, Democratic Republic of the Congo, in the context of that will be, first of all, let me say this will be our first program for 2019. So we are going to do a small review about what took place in December last year during the Congolese elections. So I'm going to do it in a term of reflection where I will talk about just a few main points or what happened. And from there, where are we going to go? Where are we heading? So these are the things that I'm going to share with you. But if you want at any time, you can give us a call and participate if you want to contribute. But next weekend, precisely on Saturday, next Saturday, we are going to have a reflection where everybody is going to give a comment, to talk about his thoughts based on the topics that I'm going to share with you during this week on what will be discussed for our next reflection. But for today, I will just take the privilege of talking, reflecting a few things that people have been telling me for the past few, maybe minutes, hours, or maybe days. This is based on the presidential election. Once again, if this is your first time to watch our programs, we are going to invite you to click on the subscription. You can subscribe yourself and be one of us. And if you want to be alerted whenever we are online, you can click on the bell which is down there, and from that bell, whenever we are online, you can be alerted and you can watch us straightforward. And once we finish our programs, or once you believe that you are happy with 1, 2, 3 things that we have talked about, do not hesitate to click on like, and that will help us to promote our videos and to make us to move forward. And finally, share our videos with all your friends. Share our videos with all that you believe they should watch it. Share our videos with all people surrounding you, and that will be good. Let people be informed, because many people perish by lack of knowledge. So without taking longer, let us go straight away to our today's reflections. As we know, our election last year took place in Congo, and it was on the 23rd of December 2018. Whereas the presidential and legislative, when I'm talking about legislative, it means that the provincial legislative and national legislative, as well as the presidential, all the 3 elections took place on the same day. Many people focused only on the presidential election, and somehow they forgot about the legislative ones, and their mind was just to see who is going to be the next leader for the DRC. And in order to prepare that presidential election, major political parties came together, gathered, and they made what we call coalition. And 3 major platforms or coalition which we saw last year were the FCC, Front Commun, which was a part of Kabila and all his group, CACH, which was a CAP pour le changement, another political party. Political platform for Tshisekedi and Vital Kamerhe, and finally Lamuka, which was a 3rd one for Moise Katumbi, Martin Fayulu, and so on. So the 3 platforms were the strongest one during this election. However, Kabila was made to be like a moral person for the FCC, meaning that was like the head he was chosen to be the head of FCC. And when FCC was created, we all knew that behind the FCC, Kabila was present. They didn't hide it. However, the candidate for the presidential election of FCC was Ramazani Shadari, while for the for the cash, it was Felix Tshisekedi, and finally, for Lamuka, it was Martin Fayulu. FCC was, I should say, in a position where everybody knew that, okay, they are preparing themselves in order to cheat for these elections. They made those computers. They prepared everything for the digital, voting system, which could privilege their candidate Shadari Ramazani to become the next president. But somehow, the group Lamuka was split into two, where Cash, saw its day, and the rest of the Lamuka remained on the other side. Later on, when Cash split or came out from Lamuka, when I'm talking about Cash here, I see Felix Tshisekedi and Vital Kamerhe. When they left the group of other members of the opposition, they went to Nairobi, where they made an agreement. And when they went to Nairobi to make an agreement, some people quickly understood that there is a relationship between Cash and FCC, meaning that there was a relationship which was noticed. People could see it between Vital Kamerhe, Tshisekedi, and the group of Kabila. And other people disputed that existence of that relationship. However, all the three platforms knew that we are going to the elections with the voting machine, and that voting machine was prepared to give the victory to Ramazani Shadari or FCC. CENI was prepared to organize elections. But the head of CENI, that entity, was under the arms of Joseph Kabila. He controlled them. They did exactly what he wanted. And by the side of CENI, they were what we call the Supreme Court. In case the election didn't go properly, or the result were not satisfying, complainers could go to the Supreme Court to complain about the result. However, the Supreme Court also was made by Kabila and for Kabila. Surprisingly, although those computers, the voting machine, were prepared to make Ramazani Shadari to become the 5th president of the DRC, after the pressure of the people of the Congo, after the pressure coming from all the corners of the world, CENI was not able to proclaim the victory of Ramazani Shadari, whose name was programmed in those computers to be the next president. Instead, they proclaimed Felix Tshisekedi to become the president, based on their results, based on what they told the world. All those three platforms, as I said, from the beginning, knew very well that the voting machine were tricked. They all knew that the Supreme Court, which was prepared to clear any unclean situation or to bring justice, was made for Kabila and by Kabila. They were all aware of that. However, they decided to go to the elections regardless of what was the danger of those elections in front of them. Lamuka, for instance, said that we are not going to those elections with those, machines, voting machines which are tricked. But somehow, at the last minute, they changed their mind and they went to vote. And finally, they complained because they were not happy with the results. They went to the Supreme Court, and the Supreme Court also gave their last word. They gave their verdict, if you want. And their verdict was that the results which were presented to them by CENI were the right results. Therefore, the complainer, like Lamuka or Martin Fayulu, who was really famous, who had a lot of people following him, behind him, was somehow obliged, because as you know, as you go to court, whenever you have an issue, the last decision belongs to the judge. After judges have concluded that they did not succeed, then that was the end of the story. Legally, that's the way. You can make an appeal, but the last word belongs to the judge. And that was the Supreme Court. They couldn't go beyond that anymore. So therefore, these people didn't succeed. And Felix Tshisekedi was proclaimed to be the 5th president of the DRC. This proclamation of Felix Tshisekedi was welcomed by some people to say that really we recognize and we accept that Felix Chilombo Tshisekedi was the elected president. Therefore, people were happy, they showed their happiness. People who loved Tshisekedi, people who were on the block of Tshisekedi, they could not stop to show their joy of having Felix Tshisekedi as the 5th president of the DRC. Songs of victory were everywhere. But on the other side, other people did not agree with the decision of the Supreme Court. They believed that Felix Chilombo Tshisekedi was not elected as the 5th president of the DRC. He was instead named. He was just named, chosen by some people, say, okay, this is a new president. For that reason, they rejected the decision of the Supreme Court. Among them is Lamuka. Lamuka did not agree with the final result which were announced by the Supreme Court. CENCO priests, they did not also agree with those decisions. Many organizations around the world, many nations around the world, including also media, TVs, radios, everybody have been talking about the result, which appeared to create some doubt or to create some conflict or to reflect some type of treachery. And people started to ask themselves, how come that the Supreme Court, which is supposed to be just, right, are dodgy or are corrupt? So people gave to us different views about these presidential elections that took place in the DRC. So what should happen? Or again, what is happening now? The 5th president is already known, has been already proclaimed. Some people say, let us move forward. We shouldn't stop there, refuse to go ahead, to refuse to move forward, and keep talking about, the 5th president, we should move forward with him, because our objective was to kick Kabila out and someone else to replace him. Even though we are lucky to have someone who is a Congolese of blood, 100% Congolese, who is now occupying that post. So let us move on. And this group which want people to move on have even suggested that those who disputed, those who are against Tshisekedi to be the president of the Congo, they should wait till the next term and then they can compete. Rather than keep pushing, discussing, fighting, or making things harder for Tshisekedi. From the same group, others say that those who are the contestants, those who are against Tshisekedi to be the president of the DRC, they should join him and form a government together. However, on the other side, there is another group which is not ready to accept that Tshisekedi was elected. Because for them, they said the victory did not come from the ballot box. The victory did not come from the people of the Congo. Although Tshisekedi had a number of people who voted for him, but the majority of the population believes that victory should be given to Martin Fayulu because he was a winner of the election. And from that group, others even will say Tshisekedi himself and those who surround him, people who are around Tshisekedi, if they have a good conscience, they have really heart of love and truth, they should remember that the seat or the office, presidential office, which was given to Felix Tshisekedi should instead be the office of Martin Fayulu. So they have to continue to work knowing that, okay, we don't deserve to be here. Martin Fayulu should be the president of the Congo, not us. And the people continue, to give different views, different opinions, and talk differently in different contexts about the whole thing. However, those who are now fans of Martin Fayulu, those who were behind that platform Lamuka, are a little bit in indignation. And why that? Because they have experienced a mode of silence from their leaders. And they say Martin Fayulu doesn't speak anymore. Moses Katumbi doesn't say any words. He is quiet, he is silence. Jean-Pierre Bemba or John Peter Bemba on his side is also very quiet. Have they become dumb? Why are they quiet? Why are they silent? And the population, those who are their fans, those who voted for Lamuka, have been asked themselves, so our leaders, haven't they seen this cheating? Or again, are they by any means intimidated by the situation? Are they intimidated by the way that the Supreme Court took that decision and that makes them to not say a word? Are they afraid or were they corrupt? And if they were corrupt, if they took maybe money from someone, who is that person? Were they corrupt by whom? Don't say anymore to speak for the voiceless Congolese people, because they used to speak louder for the people of the Congo, but suddenly all of them are quiet. What has been happening behind this political scenario? Or again, did they accept and recognize Felix Tshisekedi's victory? And if that is the case, they shouldn't continue to hide themselves. They should come out, proclaim it clearly, tell the population. Instead of continuing to be divided, be united. We recognize his victory the same way that the Supreme Court has recognized it, and we encourage you to move forward. Or again, let's start to work hard to prepare the next election. But their silence has given a type of panic to the people of the Congo, especially those who are behind Lamuka. Now a question is of knowing, is Felix Tshisekedi's victory for the Congolese people or for someone else? For someone else. He's a winner. He's now the 5th president of the DRC. This victory, is it really a victory for the people of the Congo, or this victory, is it for someone else? Some people said yes, this victory of Felix Tshisekedi is for the Congolese, because he will quickly change everything and he will take control of the situation. He will turn against Kabila and his system in maybe within the few months, coming months. He will be strong and he'll work hard. And people will be, confused or will be somehow surprised with the results that, or his achievement that he will show as the head of the state. And they continue to say that with Kamere being next to him, because now actually Kamere is his cabinet director. Vital Kamere to be next to Felix Tshisekedi, some people believe that everything will be fine because Vital Kamere, is experienced. He understands how things are happening at all levels. He was in the opposition, he is in the opposition, he knows how the oppositions operate, he knows how parliament works, he knows how the executive works, and actually is now at the presidential level, so he understands very well every single thing. But others do not have the same views, they have different views, and for them they said no, Tshisekedi is not there for the people of the Congo, he's there for someone else. To the point that they said Tshisekedi is being held hostage. And how can a hostage going to change things? Is an hostage. Hostage by whom? And people say that he's drained by Kamere. He's like, how they sometimes drain is the donkey, and in Africa normally they'll put a type of rope through the nostrils of the donkey in order to pull the donkey, otherwise the donkey won't come. And people believe that's exactly what Vital Kamere will do for Felix Tshisekedi, being a director of his cabinet. And some people have even confirmed, they have, I shouldn't even say confirmed, but they have said with all their strength, belief, that Kamere to be the cabinet director of Felix Tshisekedi is a mission which was given to him by Mr. Kabila. So he's working there on behalf of Kabila, because as a director of his cabinet, of Tshisekedi's cabinet, he can easily control all the movement of Tshisekedi. To the point that people continue to say, we even wonder that members of the UDPS, members of the political party of Tshisekedi will have access to Tshisekedi, because Tshisekedi will be controlled. Everything must pass through his cabinet director. It won't be easy for those who knew him, those who chose him, to have access to him. And this in case, if it's true, I insist, if it's true that Kamere is acting or has been acting for Kabila. And those people continue to say, Tshisekedi made a terrible mistake. He ceded all the government ministries, key government ministries, justice, finance, national security, bank governing, and all of that. How is he going to control the country or to work for the people of the Congo while he has given? And in that agreement, Felix Tshisekedi gave to Kamere or to Kabila, if Kabila is behind Kamere, the office of Prime Minister and those ministries that I've just stated. So therefore, people say that, you know, what can we expect from him? The Prime Minister will be the one who will form the government. So that was given away. All the key ministries, he gave them away. Can you really expect anything from Felix Chilombo Tshisekedi? And all of that in exchange of maybe one thing, to be called the president of the Democratic Republic of Congo. But is he really going to be the president? Yes, he is already the president, but people are saying he is a president without any power, without any decision. He's a president without any projection or any, you know, as we say, he can see the future of the people of the Congo. He's a president maybe just by name, but by mean, it's a different story. And the same group of people continue to say, how to get around now the agreement he signed with Kabila? How can he escape those agreements? How can he change them? And if he does, there is a risk of being killed. There is a risk of being killed. Because Felix Tshisekedi, according to them, didn't think about the people of the Congo. The agreement he signed do not or doesn't only put a rope around his neck to strangle him, but it put a rope around the neck of the population of the Congo. So he's killing the whole nation. Because all consequences of those agreements or that agreement he signed in Nairobi will fall onto the people of the Congo. So the people of the Congo are the one who are going to pay for the price. Furthermore, another group of people came up. These are now the people of Beni and Butembo. These people did not vote for our last elections on the 23rd of December 2018. Why? Because they said there was no stability in that region. Wars and Ebola could not allow people to go there and to participate or to vote. Therefore, it was planned that in March 2019, these people of Beni, Butembo, and so on will have their turn to vote. However, these people did not vote. It was their right to vote. Now they are saying that we are forced to accept a president that we did not vote. We are forced to accept the decision of other Congolese. And somehow we are excluded. We are not recognized as such as Congolese. Can really Ebola make people to not vote? Why didn't they allow us? Because they voted, they did their own voting system in place. Why didn't allow us to send our result to them and recognize or accept our results? But they prefer to remove our right to vote, and we can see our right is now flouted, and we are forced to accept their president. Are we a part of this country or not? Or should we also have our own country maybe, because we are living in an area where Ebola and wars have been, ravaging the area? Should we have our own nation, our own name, and do our own voting system? So these are the cries from Beni and Butembo and all those areas. They continue to say, although we were promised to vote in March, We will have our election in March. What proves that in March we won't have Ebola anymore around Beni and Bunia, Butembo and so on? What proves that around March everything will be fine and everybody will be happy to go to the ballots? Furthermore, even if we vote, our voices, our election will have no effect because so far the election has already been, completed. The president was proclaimed. We all know who is the president now. Even if we vote in March, what will our election going to change? It will change nothing. Everything was already completed and done. So those are the cries from Beni, Butembo, and so on. Now, let us look ahead. Kabila is now the president, sorry, not Kabila. Tshisekedi is now the president of DRC. However, the future of the DRC, if you clearly look at it, you will see it in Kamere's hands. Kamere holds the political future of the DRC. And of course, the whole thing, as we know, God is above everything. God holds our lives, He holds everything, He controls all. But at this stage, I can tell you, there is a possibility of Kamere holding the political future of the country. Why am I saying that? First of all, because he negotiated with the Tshisekedi in Nairobi to be given all the key positions in the country, And they were given to him. And why did he ask for those key positions, key ministries? Or again, for whom did he ask them for? For whom did he ask them? For himself? For someone else? For UNC, which is his political party? For FCC? Or again for Kabila? That's one. If he holds all those key ministries, then he has the power to lead the country behind the scene. Secondly, he's now the cabinet director, as you know. And to be honest with you, Kamere is intelligent. He's an intelligent guy. He has experience. He's experienced in the politics of the DRC. He understands how things work. And he controls things now. If all ambassadors, all ministers, everybody wants to come close to Tshisekedi, should pass by him or should go through him. All decisions, letters to go here and there, everything is controlled by him. And as you know, many people have been saying, to be a cabinet director is at the same level as a minister or prime minister. Possibly yes, possibly not. But I may say that what I know is that the cabinet director will meet or should meet with the president twice a day. Then all the correspondences, he will read them, he may reply to them, he will have a discussion with the president openly. Everything which will happen in the life of the president, political life, the cabinet director will know and must know about it. Will plan even his program. The prime minister will never plan the program for the president. A minister will never plan or read all the correspondence of the president. You can understand the difference. Therefore, some people believe that Tshisekedi will only be remote controlled by Kamere. Because Kamere has all the power. And they believe that he will only control Tshisekedi by remote control. And as we all know, a remote control is just a simple thing like this one. You can have a screen which can be maybe 85 inches screen. TV screen or a projector if you want. And someone, by just pushing or pressing the buttons, don't be surprised to see things changing on the screen. In the room, you can be 600 people or 1 million watching a screen, maybe a video, maybe a film, maybe a game. And whenever someone will press a button, at some distance away from the screen, things will change on the screen. You can complain, you can say whatever you want, but the person who changes things sits somewhere there. And the magic formula of the remote control very often is there, you know. That's what connects the TV to the remote. There is only code, but remotely, so things will change there whenever someone is controlling buttons here. And Kamere being in the cabinet of the president, it means a lot. And some people say, yes, he might be able to control Tshisekedi. There is that possibility, but it will depend with the trust that Tshisekedi gives to him. A few months ago, they were political enemies. They couldn't even collaborate or cooperate. But since they started cash from Geneva, they became good friends, and we learned even that they are brothers-in-law. So they have had that political marriage. Now they are progressing together. They are moving forward together. Tshisekedi trusts Kamere Vital. Therefore, Vital Kamere became the campaign director of Felix Tshisekedi. And today, if Felix Tshisekedi is there as the winner of this election, no matter by what means or by what ways they won his election, but he campaigned, he did his job, and today Felix is the president of the country. Isn't it that a big moral debt? Someone will say that Felix will continue to feel like I owe Kamere something, which is true. He owes him a lot, not just something small, a lot. Because he made him to become the president of the country. Now, how is he going to pay back that? And because of all of that, he trusts him, and he has to be the cabinet director. He trusts him more, or he may even trust him more compared to his political party. He may even trust him more compared to his wife and his children. He may even trust Kamere more compared to the nation of the Congo or Congolese people that voted for him. And people say again, yes, there is a possibility for Kamere to telecommand or again to remote control Tshisekedi because of that trust. But it also depends with the missions that Kamere has to play around Felix. If it's true, I insist, if it is true that Kamere is acting on behalf of Kabila, truly he will control, he will remote control Tshisekedi. Having his experience, having his knowledge, having whatever he has, he will easily control him, or maybe hardly, but he will control him. If not physically, it will be moral. If not morally, it will be spiritual. If it's not spiritually, it can be by any means. In order to fulfill his mission. If that mission was given to him. And another group of people said, no. Vital Kamere cannot control Felix Tshisekedi because Felix Tshisekedi can say no. And put the interest of the population of the Congo first. If he does so, then he won't be controlled, but there will be a risk. There will be possible risks. Physical risks, moral risks, or maybe spiritual risks. especially if Kabila is behind all this scenario that we are talking about. And if Felix Tshisekedi wants to say no to Kamere, it won't be easy because he owes him a lot. The only thing maybe might be because, you know, he's remote controlled, and if you want to block your remote to not control the TV or the screen or to change the channels, remove the batteries, pull the batteries out. And in order to pull the battery out, you must come close to that remote control, open it, and remove the battery. But you should first of all know where it's placed, where it's hidden, where they put it, where they keep it. I think those who have ears understand what I want to say. In conclusion, what I would say, we all agree, or some of you may agree with me, that Kamere is a smart guy. He's intelligent, he's clever, and he can contribute to the well-being of the people of the Congo, or even the well-being of the whole country. I think this is a good opportunity for Kamere to redeem himself, to reconcile with the people of the Congo. Because the people of the Congo have been treating Kamere for years now as a chameleon. They say that he changes every time. He changes colors. He changes his way of thinking, his way of doing things based on circumstances or based on his interests. So this is a good opportunity for Vital Kamere to reconcile with the Congolese people. Having all those ministries in his hands, having the cabinet of the Prime Minister in his hands, under his control, having the cabinet of the President of the Republic under his control, is in a very good position to prove to the Congolese people that I love the country, I love this nation, I love you people of the Congo, and look what I've done for you, look what I can do for you. Be on the side of the people. And this doesn't only require intelligence, experience, but also a good will or willingness of doing things. You should have that conscience, you know, that patriotism of working for the people of the Congo. True and truly again, if you go early 2000s, Kamere had a very big number, a very huge reputation all over the country. People loved so much Kamere. The number of followers of Kamere was, I mean, I don't know how, to whom or to which number I can compare them to now. But due to, you know, those change of positions, due to things which popped up here and there, Kamere started to lose some of his people, some of those who were behind him. To the point that some members of UNC, his political party, did not vote for him. All of that because he has been working for Kabila, or people have been saying that he has been working with and for Kabila. He took Kabila to power, he has taken now Felix Tshisekedi to power, and that time they said, look, we're a little bit disappointed because you serve more those people. You have served more Kabila than we people who elected you, we people who will elect you tomorrow. So he lost a good number of followers. I believe this is a good opportunity for him to come back, as he made the reconciliation with Tshisekedi, as he made that good relationship which did not exist anymore between Felix Tshisekedi and himself. It's an opportunity for him to come to the people of the Congo and make that good relationship again, bring it back to life. Repent, and with your actions, let the people of the Congo see changes. Congolese people have been suffering for decades now. And now the power is in the hand of Kamere. Tshisekedi, of course, is a president, but as you know, who forms the government is a prime minister. So the prime minister will form the government. Who will do the day-to-day work is a prime minister. And who will control those key ministries? It is Kamere and his team. So Kamere has that chance, that opportunity to bring themselves, to clean himself, to repent and bring the population back, following him again. Otherwise, no, that will help him even in coming months, years. If he wants to fight for this chair, he may become the president of the Congo easily. But if he doesn't do so, and if he has been acting for Kabila till to this moment, the people of the Congo will hate Kamere forever. His children, the next generation, may not find a place where to hide themselves in coming days. I will also tell the Congolese politicians to fix their eyes on the future of the Congolese people. Their mind should be on the people of the Congo and not at anything else. It's better to die for good national causes than fill your pocket with bewitched glories, if you want. Or again, fill your pocket with dirty money, stolen money. Many politicians are fighting for money. Many politicians are fighting for glory. Many politicians are fighting, for material things. And therefore, they sacrifice the life of the population. When it's time for the elections, they will come and tell people, vote for us, we'll do A, B, C, D for you. Once they are there, they do not fulfill it. So we'll stop there for now, and I will wish you a very good Sunday, very good morning, very good afternoon, very good evening, depending on where you are. And we'll catch up again tomorrow. Our next reflection program will start from next week, where everybody can call in and contribute, give his idea or thought. And after that, we'll move forward. Thanks a lot for your time. Thanks a lot for watching us. Thanks a lot for loving us, for choosing us. Our Congo will continue to be one. Our Congo will continue to be united. Our Congo will continue to be strong together. We'll continue to be in unity, love each other, and move forward. My little action, which is my contribution. Your little action, which is also your contribution. Once we put them together with faith, then we win. Chilombo is a Congolese, that is true. And we'll be happy to see things going on. Fayulu is a Congolese, that is true. And we don't want to hear tomorrow Kabila will say, Kabila that we used to say yesterday, he was a Rwandan, he was a foreigner. We don't want Kabila to stand up tomorrow and said, oh, look now, mock us, saying, look now how they are so-called nationalists, children of the country, look the way that they have they have taken care of their countries. Better me, Kabila, than them. That will be a big shame. Thank you very much. Continue to pray for our leaders of the country. Continue to pray for our country. Continue to pray for yourself. Let us together continue to put our country as the first priority. May God bless you and hope to see you next time. Goodbye for now.